Good day, beautiful people. Today we will take a look at your pregnancy test or your beta HCG test. Okay, anyway, uh, your pregnancy test is requested to first is to confirm or rule out the pregnancy. Please note that pregnancy test is there to determine pregnancy status or it helps determine early pregnancy status. And yes, in pregnancy test, you detect the human chorionic gonadotropin. It is actually a hormone. Actually, it's the beta human chorionic gonadotropin. It is the hormone that is produced after the implantation of the fertilized ova. Okay. And what else? Your pregnancy test, it is requested to ensure the safety of the patient prior to medical procedures, like in cases of X-ray, before X-ray. Diba? Usually, before X-ray, you will be asked first if you are pregnant or not. Anyway, X-ray and yes, other medical procedures that may somewhat affect the developing fetus. Okay, that may somewhat affect the developing fetus. But then the primary aim of pregnancy test is to help determine early pregnancy. And yes, okay, for management also. Okay, for management of the patient. Okay, for management of the patient. If the patient is pregnant, then of course it will be managed. I mean, yes, okay, some management measures, okay, or protective measures may be utilized for the patient safety and the safety of the developing fetus. And what we said, your pregnancy testing involves the detection of human chorionic gonadotropin. Please note that your human chorionic gonadotropin, or it is actually your HCG, is a reliable indicator of pregnancy. Elevated human chorionic gonadotropin in maternal serum and in maternal urine is a reliable indicator of pregnancy. Please note that serum human chorionic gonadotropin increases dramatically during the first trimester. And yes, it reaches a peak at about 16 weeks of gestation. Okay, at about 16 week of gestation. And yes, the sample the sample of choice for pregnancy testing is first morning urine. Please note that the sample of choice for your yes, the sample of choice for your pregnancy testing is first morning urine, and it should have a specific gravity of greater than or equal to 1.015. Please note that your first morning urine, it is concentrated. There is a lesser chance for this one to have a false negative. Please note that first morning urine, it is concentrated and there is a lesser chance to have a false negative result. In contrast to your random urine samples. Okay, specific gravity again should be greater than 1.015. Please note that what you call this pregnancy testing, there are false positives also. There are false positives in your pregnancy testing, like an increase in the amount of blood will cause a false positive. Increased amount of protein and bacterial contamination will cause a false positive. Anyway, going back to your HCG, to your human chorionic gonadotropin, please note that it has two subunits. It has an alpha and a beta subunit. Please note that there is a small quantity of free beta subunit that is present in the first trimester. Please note that there is a small quantity of free beta subunit present in the first trimester accordingly. Anyhow, please note that your human chorionic gonadotropin is a glycoprotein hormone. Please note it is a hormone that is produced by your trophoblastic cells of the placenta. It is produced by the trophoblastic cells of the placenta. It is not produced anywhere else in the body. Anyway, and your human chorionic gonadotropin has two identical subunit. It has a two identical subunit. You have an alpha and beta polypeptide chains. You have an alpha and beta polypeptide chains for and please note that the alpha chain of your human chorionic gonadotropin is structurally similar to, or it is structurally similar with luteinizing hormone and FSH as well as TSH. Again, the alpha chain of your human chorionic gonadotropin is structurally similar with luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, as well as thyroid stimulating hormone accordingly. And please note, what is the function of your human chorionic gonadotropin? It helps maintain the uterine lining, the endothelium, with adequate blood supply until placental synthesis of progesterone begins. Again, it helps maintain the uterine lining, the endothelium, with adequate blood supply until placental synthesis of progesterone begins. Okay, that is for your HCG. And please note that the beta chain or your beta human chorionic gonadotropin is what you call this is the substance or the one that is tested in pregnancy test. Again, it is the beta HCG or the beta polypeptide chain of your human chorionic gonadotropin is the one being tested in pregnancy test. And please note that this one is secreted in the urine within 2 to 3 days after implantation of the embryo. Okay. Your alpha chain, please note that again it is structurally similar to your LH, your luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, as well as thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay, and yes, that is why it is not the substance that is being tested because there is a that high chance of false positives because it is structurally similar to this one, and this one. Okay. Anyway, the beta chain again is unique to your human chorionic. The beta chain is unique to your beta HCG. And again, it is secreted in the urine within 2 to 3 days after implantation of the embryo, or that is approximately 8 to 10 days after fertilization. Okay, the beta chain is secreted in the urine within 2 to 3 days after implantation of the embryo, or it is secreted in the urine after 8 to 10 days. 8 to 10 days after fertilization. And please note that your beta chain rises rapidly after conception and remains elevated in pregnancy. And please note that it peaks in the first trimester. It peaks in the first trimester accordingly. And yes, please note that please note that throughout the pregnancy, intact human chorionic gonadotropin is the predominant form that is present. Intact human chorionic gonadotropin is the predominant form that is present. methods of pregnancy testing. Please note that enzyme immunoassays, these are the most popular types of test kit. But then please note that whatever the method is, you follow the manufacturer's guideline. Okay, please. Okay, do not follow. Please note that for us in your laboratory manuals in the academe, please do not follow them in the workplace. Please note that you always check the package insert. You always check the package insert. You always check the manufacturer's guideline. Okay, of course, you have your methods, complement fixation, heme agglutination inhibition, and direct agglutination. What else? Latex particle agglutination. What else? ICT. Okay, ICT is also a method employed in pregnancy testing. But then again, okay, whatever the method is, you follow the guideline provided by the manufacturer. And please note that in pregnancy testing, you report it as positive or negative. You report it as beta HCG positive or beta HCG negative. For some institutions, they report it as pregnancy test positive and pregnancy test negative. Okay, but based on the recommendations of your uh, references, you report them as beta HCG positive or beta HCG negative. Of course, if you are using a beta HCG test kit. Okay, and please note that kids may detect as early as 10 days after conception. Okay, they may show a positive result. Please note that test kits may show a positive result in a urine sample in as early as 10 days after conception. And yes, okay, going back to your test kits, please note that urine human chorionic gonadotropin levels, they are commonly measured by qualitative immunoassay test kits. Okay, qualitative. Qualitative, kung may linya sa test at may linya sa control, then it is positive. Ganun po yun. It does not give you a value when you say qualitative. Anyway, and yes, your qualitative immunoassay test kits has detection limits of approximately 20 MIU. Okay. Again, the detection limits of your immunoassay test kits, qualitative immunoassay test kits, is approximately 20 MIU or 20 milli-international units per ml. Okay, it's 20 milli-international units per ml. And also, these immunoassay test kits can detect elevated urine human chorionic gonadotropin 2 to 3 days later than serum methods. 2 to 3 days later than serum methods like your direct agglutination, complement fixation, and the rest of your serum. Your detection limits for your serum HCG, it is 1 to 2 milli-international units per ml. Okay, your urine human chorionic gonadotropin is 20 milli-international units per ml, and the home use, okay, the ones that are available over the counter, okay, the ones that are available over the counter, it has a detection limit of 50 milli international units per liter. I mean per ml accordingly. Please note that this one it has a low sensitivity. This one your home use is not sensitive. Serum HCG is positive. I mean is very sensitive. Anyway, please note that again, just to remind you, in immunochromatography, in test kits, in ICT test kits, please note that any faint line is positive. Please note that any faint line is positive. But then, what if, okay, what if it tested positive and the patient claims that they are okay, what if it tested positive and the patient claims that they do not have a sexual contact. That she does not have she does not have a sexual contact, or yes, she is a virgin. Parang ganon. Okay, what will you do then? Okay, please, your request. Either you repeat, please note, repeat the test using another brand, or you can make use of uh, the same brand with different lot number, or you can request for a new sample the next day, or you can request for a first morning urine sample. Okay, you can request for a first morning urine sample. Okay, because there are instances wherein may mga false positives po tayo. And of course, don't check the causes of false positives. Okay, don't check the cases of, I mean, the causes of false positives. Baka mamaya there is this drug that may cause a false positive. Tapos, the patient is administering that drug naman pala, no? Or whatsoever. Anyway, that is for your detection limit of your pregnancy test kit. For your ICT, please note that this is the procedure. But then please you always check the package insert. Okay? Usually po, magkakaiba ang sample volume. Okay? The sample volume varies, as well as the reading, the incubation time varies also. That is why you always check the manufacturer's standard. Baka mamaya, okay, NTEC, Beta HCG version 1. Tapos, ang alam mo na procedure version 1, tapos may dumating pala bagong reagent. NTEC Beta HCG version 2 pala, tapos medyo naiba yung sample volume, or yes, yung time, then okay, it may cause erroneous results. So please always check. Okay, please always check your package insert. Anyway, again, bring all the reagents and specimens to room temperature. And then, for card, you dispense 100 microliters at the sample well, and you start your timer. Read after the what you call this? Read after the what you call this? The time that is given. Okay, and please note this is for your results. Okay, this is for your results. This is positive. Accordingly, faint line is reported as positive po. Okay, it is reported as positive. Okay, please note that this is the control line. This is the test line. Okay, this one is positive. What about this? And please note you report it as either beta HCG positive or negative, or you can make use as pregnancy test positive or negative, urine pregnancy test, or serum pregnancy test. Anyway, your this one is invalid if there is no control line, or there is no line, okay, on both the control and test. Also, if there is no control on the line, no line on the control, and then there is line sa my test area. Okay, that is for your positive, negative, and invalid. Anyway, please always check the manufacturer's guideline, or the package insert, as what you call, diba? You always check the package insert. So, yung mga ginagamit nyo in zero, I mean, ayan, in CC, mga yan, you check. Okay, do not rely on your manual. Huwag kayong mag-rely. Do not rely on your laboratory manual. Okay? You read the package insert. Basehan po natin, basahin po ang package insert, ha? Okay, basahin po ang package insert. Anyhow, okay, let's take a look at your biological pregnancy testing. Now, please note that these are the first assays. No, these are accordingly the first assays, okay, for human chorionic gonadotropin. And yes, okay, these are what you call, please note that these are not utilized nowadays, no? Biological nga. Okay, they make use of, what you call this, they make use of animals. Okay, laboratory animals. But then, of course, uh, since you already have assays ngayon, these are not anymore done. Okay, they are developed in the early part of 20th century, or of course, they are somewhat relatively difficult. And yes, it is hassle. Okay, medyo hassle na gawin. Okay, but then please note that just a brief of history of this one. Okay, after some time, your bioassays, they are they are replaced by simple immunoassays accordingly. Anyway, let's take a look at your test. You have your ASCIMS on deck. Okay, the animal used is an immature female mice. And yes, you inject your sample. You inject the sample to your immature female mice subcutaneously, and the positive result is formation of hemorrhagic follicles and corpora lutea. Okay, meaning, okay, if you have such, then buntes yung may-ari ng sample na yon. Parang ganun po siya. But then please note, this is for history purposes lang po, ha? Okay, fried man, sorry. The animal utilizes mature virgin, a female rabbit. Okay, and the mode of injection is you inject the sample at the marginal ear vein. Okay, medyo matrabaho po ito. Please note kailangan mo pa ng ganito. You need you need a female rabbit, and then mag-inject ka pa sa marginal ear. Anyway, okay, comparing it with the ease or with the convenience you are experiencing now. Okay, pinatak mo na lang. Okay, 3 drops, 100 ml. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Okay, you set the time. And yes, phone ka muna. And then, antayin mo ang resulta. Anyway, as for the positive result of your fried man, sorry, hypereremic uterus and corpora hemorrhagica of this animal. Okay, Gallimanini. Okay, you have female frog or male frog or male toad, sorry. And then please note this one is or dapat. And yes, you inject subcutaneously and spermatogenesis as the positive result. For Hogben, okay, the animal is female cod. Okay, you inject in the lymph sac. The positive result, oogenesis. If nag-oogenesis siya, ay buntes yung may-ari ng sample. Ganun po. Okay? And Frank Berman, immature female rats as the animal utilized, and you inject subcutaneously. Okay, positive result, ovarian hyperemia. Copperman, female rat, and inject intraperitoneally, and yes, ovarian hyperemia as the positive result. Okay, that is for your biological pregnancy testing. Please note that we do not utilize them, we do not do them, we do not perform them nowadays. Bukod po sa matrabaho sila at matagal ang mga resulta, medyo matagal, please note, regulated na po ang paggamit ng laboratory animals. Okay, regulated na din po ang paggamit ng laboratory animals sa kapanahunan po natin ngayon. Okay, thank you so much. This has been Gael, reminding you to live fully,
Love deeply, love often. Keep learning and never forget to enjoy the ride. And as you move forward, may you always choose curiosity over fear, kindness over convenience, and growth over comfort. And yes, you celebrate your small victories, you honor your quiet moments, and trust that every step, no matter how uncertain, shapes the story you are meant to tell. The world is wide, your time is precious, and your journey is uniquely yours. So go make it extraordinary. Thank you. Thank you so much, and see you around.